That's the case, and I'll just say if it's the case, you know, I think an investigation should be done, and he should have to answer for any crimes or unethical conduct. But me personally, I don't believe that they're going to find anything with the judge. I don't think the judge did that, and I've never heard anyone else around the courthouse say that he asked them for such things.
Jim, when I was down there, is it all, I mean, everyone in the country thought he was weird. You know, he's so emotional. He was a strange judge. But, and I did too, but the things, all the lawyers down there in that community, every single one of them thought he was a great judge.
Maybe because they got gifts. I don't know. Listen, I don't know the truth of these allegations. I thought he was a wacko.
Come on.
And I just want to know what's wrong with these Florida judges. You know, California's such a normal state compared to Florida. There's only one answer, Greta, and that is Judge Judy should preside over trial of Judge Seidlin. That's justice in this case.
Jim? I mean, Bernie, whatever your name is, Bernie.
No.
What is your name again? Bernie. I've only known you since 1979. Now I'm calling you Jim.
That's okay. Call me Jim. I like it.
Bernie's the smart and good-looking one. Go ahead.
You know, out of 15 people in that courtroom, and I don't watch this stuff, but I went home and watched this stuff every day. Not for nothing, I love that guy. Forget about it. He was great. He brought passion to that courtroom. He was comical, and he was the only person in that courtroom not trying to get rich. Now, let's footnote with what's going on now.
TV contract.
Hey, I need to get up to present day, but there are allegations. He's in great hands right now. I would represent this guy for nothing. He kept me entertained an hour.
That's what actually W. Oprah offered to represent Larry Burkett for nothing to start with. That's how they got into that problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to agree with everyone on the panel here concerning the judge. I don't see where the judge, they've been able to show a nexus between what he may have gotten in gifts and his demeanor on the bench or any of his
I don't think they're trying to show a connection. I think they're inquiring whether there was, and his lawyer said there wasn't.
There is one problem here. There's allegedly a property that was worth $45,000 that allegedly his wife purchased for $100. If anybody may very well be in some difficulty.
You would offer $200, right?
Oh, hey, look, please. But one thing for sure, I will never insult the judges in Florida like Jim Hammer did here tonight. I think that they're very conscientious, and Jim, you're brave. I hope you go back down to Florida.
Well, there was
I'm not cheating.
Jim, for the record, I never got a gift, so.
You never got a gift?
You feel cheated?
I never got a gift, never gave a gift, so.
All right. Well, Judge Larry Seidlin, we'll have to wait to see what happens with this. And, of course, as his lawyer has pointed out, nothing's been proven yet, but certainly never dull. Anyway, panel, as always, thank you. Coming up, tomorrow should have been a big day for Justice. Two of O.J. Simpson's alleged co-conspirators have now at least turned on him, at least it appears so. And does Simpson have any chance of walking away from the charges this time? Let's bring in our legal panel in Fort Lauderdale. Criminal defense attorney Adam Dougherty in New York, former Westchester County DA and former Judge Deneen Pirro. Here in Washington, defense attorneys Ted Williams and Bernie Grimm. Bernie, since this is right up your alley, two have now agreed to a deal. If you represent O.J. Simpson, what are you thinking tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there's no case that's impossible to win, and no one knows that better than O.J. Simpson himself. The jury's a little bit different, I think, in Las Vegas. If I was given odds, I'd say 10-1 against, but there's no case that's impossible. But you have to look at this as a marathon and not a race. If I'm his lawyer, I say let's try to get rid of the armed counts first, and then sort of chop this down.
How are you going to do that? You've already got Alexander and Cashmore saying there were arms. I mean,
Alexander's a no-good thug and a liar, and if he was sitting here, I'd tell him to his face. Cashmere says, I just thought I was helping take boxes down the steps. I mean, he's already lying. He knew what was going on. The question is that there was no guns involved. So if you can get that done, you've done a big success for your client.
Janine, who do you think made the call first? Cashmore and Alexander's lawyers to the DA, or the DA to those two as they start moving towards the center? Because O.J. Simpson is the center.
Look, it's the lawyers for Cashmore and Alexander. They went running to the DA's office so fast they were probably standing outside before the courthouse opened. But you know what? I got to tell you, Bernie, I don't think you'd tell him to his face. I mean, these are guys who carry guns when they get angry.
Bernie is a little bit of a coward. He is a little bit of a coward that way. He just talks tough on TV.
But you know what? I'll tell you what this case is going to come down to, Greta. they've got the evidence. They've got audio tapes. They've got witnesses. They've got cooperating co-defendants. It's going to be, is this jury going to convict O.J. Simpson? If it's a jury deciding on the facts, yes. If they're deciding in L.A. and well, actually, this is in Las Vegas. So who knows what's in the water out there?
You know what? I still think the prosecutor has a huge wild card on his hands, which are the two complaining witnesses, the two who say they were robbed, because they could very well say, as time marches on, that they were not robbed. Anyway, Adam, welcome to the panel. And Adam, if you represent O.J. Simpson tonight, what are you going to tell him?
Well, I think Bernie's right. The first thing you need to figure out is, was there a weapon involved?